Folks, it's the final episode of season 2 for X-Men 97. Uh,
Looks like we made it.
yeah, finale is the seems to be the theme for this week. You
Oh,
know,
yep. Mm-hmm.
House of the Dragon, finished up on Sunday. Now X-Men is finishing up today, and then we have
And then
Superman.
Superman this weekend.
Yeah, thank God for ReZero coming back today as well.
Yeah.
You
I
know, the
mean, are we really grateful? I mean, we are grateful because ReZero is an excellent show,
mhm.
but it is nothing but pain and sadness and suffering.
Yes, wow.
So,
I feel that today might be pain, sadness, and
sadness
suffering.
and suffering.
Yeah.
I think so too, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, for how House of the Dragon ended, um, I already especially after last week, I don't have faith in this finale and wrapping up anything.
Hmm.
As you just mentioned, when you loaded this episode up, it is shorter than most.
Hmm.
So that
Yeah.
means it really is like it's probably gonna be like a 20-minute anime episode. Previously on the opening, the ending, end credits. We'll stick around this time to see
Hmm.
if there's an end credit scene. We won't do like we did with season one,
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't hearing all these bullet points, I don't think this is going to be a good episode.
Well.
I don't think it's going to be a good episode. I don't think it's going to be a good finale. I hope I eat my words by the end of this 30 minutes.
Hmm.
And you said I haven't done a temperature check. Like with House of Dragons finale this Sunday, I stayed clear off
Hmm.
of at least Twitter. Even my notifications, they built up. I waited till we were done. Um, yeah, or I just, like, held my phone, like, covered my phone with, like, half my hand. Like, that was it. Today, I didn't go online at all. I think I was on TikTok for a little
Hmm.
while I ate my breakfast, but no one was talking about X-Men 97, at least on my algorithm. So that also does not bode well for
Yeah.
this finale.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I only saw one tweet from a mutual that never talked about X-Men 97 all season.
Mhm.
And he says season 2 ass.
Oh!
that 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 that's
Oh,
that's that's
no.
that's what he said. So I guess it's time to rip the band-aid off and jump
Yes.
into X-Men 97.
Go Rogue. Go Rogue. Go Rogue. Go Rogue. Go do it. Do it, girl. Do it.
God
Do it, girl.
damn. Okay. Gotta shed her skin and everything. Like,
Okay. Okay. Let Rogue get that celestial power. A weapon of mass destruction. Everyone in
yeah.
the room. Jean Grey, you mean?
Hmm. What about Jean Grey?
Mhm. So not only, so they're also uh Jean Greying
Hmm.
Remy LeBeau. Girl, no, girl, no, girl, no. I know what's good for you. I know what's good for you. Fucking
Yeah, but that's
who
gonna be
is a
seen.
mutant? The biggest
Yeah.
name in mutantdom.
Yeah.
Fucking Cable.
X-Men Civil War.
Truly. Oh, you're also sending like regular people?
Bro. Oh,
No, guys, we are
wow, okay.
everybody fired. Everybody's fired. Even though this is very Val Cooper. This is Val Cooper, but like damn.
Hmm. Uh-oh.
Her mom not gonna be happy about that. Mystique's gonna have a problem with this.
You do not
He saw him.
belong here.
Oh god. Her arm.
And that deep. But
Oh,
through
that
struggle.
it's like everyone get the struggles, not the snuggles.
Yeah.
He would love House of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Not survive.
Well, I don't want that.
Get him, girl.
Oh, damn, bro.
Fight.
Uh-oh.
Sacrifice. Your life
Nah.
is.
Nah, we're not doing this.
She's gonna do it.
Yeah.
She's gonna do it. We're not doing it, but she's gonna do it.
I'd give anything.
Then you.
Like, I hate it,
have what
but
you
I
Mhm.
hate it, but also
lack.
Bruh.
like, I hate it, but also, yeah, okay. Make me cry. I'd give up my life for Rogue. I get it.
Uh-oh. Yo, ain't the fit. Hold on.
Oh, my stars and garters. Quite
The
literally.
fit. The fit. Hold on.
Look at my baby. Look at my...
I prayed for you and
There's no other side.
Just
Nah, fuck.
Elf, for keeping the faith. Always.
Bruh, I don't like this. I mean, I love this, but I don't like this. Like,
all right.
so yeah, if Rogue dies, can we bring her back as Death?
Bro, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't, I mean, yes, please.
Like, okay.
If Teresa doesn't speak, we're gonna have a problem.
No lines.
A lot of mutants problem in this show right now.
Yeah. Like, Rogue is coming to end all this shit right now. Like, oh man, bro, I swear, Cable's only good in like Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Truly. Never liked the guy. How many times like I say I don't care about this man or his story? Like, get on my face. I mean, I care that he called Madeline mom, but that's about
Yeah.
that's about it.
I don't want to hurt you, son.
About to play him in when he comes to Tokon eventually, right? Oh, that's right. Tokon came out, so.
We can stop.
Your sister.
You know I can't do that. Gambit is one life. Apocalypse will kill billions. Nathan, no.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Mm-hmm. When you gotta beat your son's ass, crazy.
He deserves it. He don't listen.
Yeah.
He don't listen.
Morph in Wolverine's voice. Okay.
Wait, I sense something. Another.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Cock.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Damn.
Because it's 92 Spider-Man or 94 Spider-Man.
Yeah. I just wish the subs didn't spoil that was Morph. Oh, damn.
And hit her with her own sword, bro. Hit her with her own. That's crazy work. Crazy work. Okay, Havoc, chill out. Scott, talk to your brother. Jump, eject, and fucking land on his plane and fucking blow that shit to. Thank you. Let's go, Juve.
Did she just throw a Rasen Shuriken? Like, we had the Rasengan last season, now we got a Rasen Shuriken. Bro, what is up with X-Men and these ships exploding every single episode? Like, you can't be in an airplane at all. Oh, she spoke.
No, that's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
her powers. That don't
Yeah.
count.
You know, neither of us can really make a dent in the other, right?
You got another idea?
I don't know.
He's like, I just got.
Oh, damn.
Let's just throw fist. Come on, Lorna.
Oh. Oh.
Nice. Lorna could have saved herself,
Yeah.
but you know, okay, she 100% could have saved herself. They're all wearing belts.
Mhm.
What I miss.
What I miss. Oh boy. He got a little demon inside of him, but you know, it's fine, it's fine.
I mean, he always had that demon inside him. This is
True.
not new. It's just a different demon.
Yeah.
What's the point of having Siren if we're just gonna do that? What? I hate this show.
Okay.
Fight or not?
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta fight my dad and my not mom. You gotta
Have
give
you
me
met my
like,
parents?
you gotta give me a moment, please. This whole family throws hands.
Yeah.
I'm not special.
Yeah, they turned up the action for this entire last episode, which I think we called.
Do this.
You know
Gene,
Yeah.
Gene, do the damn thing.
It's
Gene,
time.
do the damn thing.
It's time to activate the Phoenix. Bro, they just built this corporate. All right.
Bro, this shit pissing me off. So Lorna can do that, but she can't yoke everyone up by their belts to save herself. Like, I'm fighting everyone at the X office. Like, I'm just going in there and just punching everyone in the face.
God damn.
Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys?
I'm sorry.
Also, Dum Dum, who's to say killing Gambit wasn't gonna re-release Apocalypse, you fucking Dum Dum?
GG's.
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I just said this shit. Like, I'm so angry. I'm so
100%.
yeah. Like, nobody thinks. Nobody fucking thinks.
Mm-mm-mm.
No. This isn't how this is supposed to happen.
But if you thought about it,
He's always out.
this group of adults
Yeah.
is just a pack of idiots.
Like, all right, Rogue, come save us. Let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah, please.
Belong to me. My X-Men.
So you gave him 12,000 nuclear weapons. Look at this
Oh,
shit.
it's
Look at this
over.
shit.
Release them. Oh, how I have waited the
All right, Rogue, let's go. Time to wrap this shit up.
Guys, this is one man in a chair.
Celestial Rogue.
They are how we survive.
The power of friendship, y'all.
Are how we have all.
I mean, she's just gorgeous, though.
That's my girl. That's my
Like-
baby. That's my baby.
Like, sheesh. So, Rogue is Omega level.
Like, no, but no.
Yeah.
Guys, do you see why she's my favorite
No, yeah.
character,
Yeah.
though? Like,
Like, I mean, you already know who my two favorite, like, X-Men are. But yeah, Rogue is your favorite of all time.
yeah, like,
You've been carrying him around your whole life.
we'll talk about it. But
I reckon you'll figure out what to do with this.
Oh, she really just packed the Apocalypse up just like that, though? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But now...
she could have did more fighting. I don't know. It
Yeah.
would have been cool if she was fighting instead of just the
like,
wrap up.
Yeah, like... She can touch him. But what does she have to give up for this?
What is it, Cher?
She no more powers.
To s-
Oh,
So Kurt took it upon himself. What is happening?
what
Girl,
the fuck?
Girl, I am.
challenge the
It just.
sacrifice we have made.
Not to challenge it,
but to complete it.
Your life for hers.
It would.
I know
I think every X-Men should just go through the door.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Just
believe
like, no me,
the power
no me.
Mm-hmm.
of memory will be a seed.
Girl, what is this mess? What is this mess? Girl,
Wait,
what is this
what?
mess?
Wait,
Girl,
nah,
what
nah,
is
nah,
this
nah, nah. All right,
mess?
there's more. There's more. There's more. There's more.
Victory for the anti-mutant coalition. President Kelly has conceded the election, making Graydon Creed your next commander-in-chief.
Fucking
Mystique, finally. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
fun times.
Why me? Just catching up on some reading.
I love you.
Determined to attack the United States?
I'll say.
There you go. Greetings, salutations. Welcome, everybody. We're actually live on YouTube while we're doing this first recording. This will also be posted to Spotify, everybody. We have watched both X-Men 97, the final episode, and ReZero season 4 coming back into the fold. So we have a grand send-off
Whiplash.
and
Whiplash
coming
of
back
emotions.
into pain legitimately. Now, yesterday on our channel, you know, we posted about House of the Dragon, and that was like a 4-hour yap session. I don't think this is gonna be a 4-hour yap session, but
Oh no, this
yeah.
I think like we watched it earlier, we took a break. I hopefully can get my thought process a bit more
Mhm.
concise and not get wrapped up into the things that I'm most annoyed about this episode
Mhm.
and the season, but it is a finale, so I think, you know, just like with House of the Dragon, I think partially why it went on for so long
Mhm.
is because we were thinking about the season as a whole instead of just a singular episode.
Yes.
Yeah, but hopefully it doesn't go on for 5 hours. I mean, I definitely could talk X-Men for 5 hours plus, and even
Mhm.
this episode of ReZero, truly.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
This was a lot.
this season finale of X-Men 97 season 2 was
Interesting, to say the least. I think that's one of the words.
I think that's a good way to put it. A lot of
Yeah.
interesting things happened, a lot of moving parts that
Mhm.
really did a whole lot of nothing for, I don't know. Guys, look, okay,
Yeah.
so the episode, right?
Yeah, let's start
So
off at
we
the very
open,
beginning.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, in the very beginning where we recap the entire season, a
Yes.
very extended recap that felt like it was going on
Mhm.
forever for a 29-minute episode where we clocked that 2.5 minutes of recap and then a minute
Yes.
of opening.
Yes, about a minute of the actual opening. So if you go, all right, so if we start from the very beginning, right? There, X-Men 97 has recaps that play before every episode, right? And they're usually pretty short, right? For the most part. This recap decided that we were going to recap not only stuff from, I guess, well, just everything from this season, essentially, right? And including the majority of the stuff that happened in the previous episode, as if we didn't really just see what happened in the previous episode.
We didn't just watch it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I think it's so bad to start out a season and like a finale in a way that's extremely annoying. It's the problem that I have, and it's a running joke for us and the stuff that we watch. It's the My Hero Academia problem,
Mhm.
where it's a 22-minute episode and 15 minutes is the last 4 scenes of the previous episode, and then 2 minutes of the opening and then new product. This is
Mhm.
what's happening here. All this stuff just happened, but I think the reason why it annoyed me the most is because the first 4 episodes are about Apocalypse. Then we
Mhm.
get to the middle where we completely ignore Apocalypse to
Mhm.
then have last week's episode to get us back to the Apocalypse track, and now we're here.
Yeah.
So I think they wanted us to be like, remember the beginning of the season, even though we shoved 3 episodes at you in the first week.
Hmm.
Not enough time has passed for this recap to be this long.
Yeah, essentially. Especially because the recap, a minute of it was focused on the previous episode, which you would already have the knowledge of coming into
Mm-hmm.
this week. And I mean, this is something that like fits for a lot of TV, like when it's on TV, but because we're streaming right now, it's pretty much a lot of hand holding, i.e. what we got on
Yeah,
screen right now.
right.
Rogue holding
It's also
Gambit's
one of those
hand.
things when I think about, especially having, I think we're what, 2 hours after watching it, an hour after we watched the
About two
episode.
hours. Yeah.
Looking at the overall product, this feels like a cover up for just how lackluster the actual episode was.
Hmm.
Like we have to fill time because of the content that we're actually putting out isn't really worthwhile. So it's like a walk down memory lane, even though we were just there yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, and that's one of
yeah,
the I think that's one of the major things when it comes to this particular opening, right? When we go into the rest of the opening, obviously, you know, you get a little bit of longer sequence
yeah. They
for
were just
the
like,
actual
look,
X-Men
guys,
opening
the
itself.
gang's back together. Let's showcase everyone. And look, no matter how annoyed I am at this series,
Hmm.
um, X-Men 97 as a whole 2 season product, the opening will always slap.
Yes.
Always. That I will count on and always be a 10 out of 10 experience. And the fact that we're getting these new characters that they're showcasing for us in this season get their moment to shine in the opening makes me super happy.
Hmm.
And getting to see, especially Polaris, seeing Lorna and Forge and Bishop in the opening, I think is like, it's just very, like, his babies. And
Yeah.
I will say too that I also like that at the running towards each other that they changed it from Magneto and the villains to X Force and the joint X Force and X Factor team. I joke that there isn't enough X Factor members,
Hmm.
so they had to have multiple man do his thing.
Legitimately, yeah. It's just yeah.
Like the chunk of this is multiple man, which is just so funny. And Siren's just like, well, I'm here.
Hmm.
If you don't know X-Men, it's just like, well, who's that flying redhead? Yeah, so she did all of nothing in this episode. So, but we'll get to that in a moment. But I thought that was really cool how usually in episode 2, the opening we got was, I think, Apocalypse and his gang
Hmm.
versus X Force, which I was like, nice. So I like that at least each opening is a little different than the one previous.
Yeah.
And it's all about storytelling. I think the one that I didn't like the most was episode 2's because it just yada 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 Jubilee's time with X Factor, X
Hmm.
Force. But that's this whole season. We're just gonna yada 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 everything that's happening and just highlight reel it. But yeah, I like that in opposition it's usually Charles and Eric, but this
Hmm.
time it's Val and Charles.
Hmm.
They really want us, they were truly doubling down on just how she is Val Cooper is our antagonist this season, and I like that at least for the ending we got to be like, yes, she's in the antagonist role, and what's going on here is the fight between these two. I
Hmm.
do really enjoy how she's wearing sensible shoes. She's wearing sneakers. She's like, none of that high heel business on the field. No, 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 sir. I'm a working lady, and I'm not trying to make it through the day with my feet tired. I'm gonna put on these sneakers to match my outfit.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's wearing flats, but I think, if you know about a lady superhero or comic book styling, a lot of time they're just wearing high heels and it makes all of no sense. So, but yeah, just that's look at a little sneaker. Look at a little sneaker. So cute.
Yeah, like I thought it was pretty cool that we got the essentially the X was it X Factor
Yeah,
versus
X Factor.
X Factor versus
Mhm.
X-Men in the opening, even though they should have probably added X Force there because that's what was the whole
Yeah.
crux of this episode. Yes, this is X-Men 97 talk. Yes, welcome. I found my people. Welcome. Is it Frogged
Hi.
it? Yes, welcome. Yeah. So being that we've now reached the final episode, hopefully this isn't massive spoilers for you guys, but we are going to be talking about the final episode and season 2 as a whole. You know, we said earlier in our discussion that, you know, this episode was interesting, you know. And when you compare it to overall, now I am not, you know, as knowledgeable about Marvel / X-Men. This is your field. This is your field, Kayla.
Okay.
Right?
That's this guy right here.
Right.
That's this guy right here.
So when we
That's
got
this guy
into
right
this
here.
episode, and you know, Cable, who's having daddy issues, well, parent issues to begin with, right?
Cable's having parent issues.
Parent
This
issues,
is like the most. He's like, okay, so like we mentioned, we watch House of Dragon. He's like if Aemon and Aegon Targaryen were just like a comic book.
Yeah.
That annoying to me.
Yeah.
That level of annoying to me.
I feel it.
Yeah, he's so petulant and just like, I got a job to do, not mom and dad. You guys don't get it. And it's just like, okay,
Yes.
son, okay. Like he rivals for me Superboy in Young Justice. Like, okay, we get it, Edge Lord. Chill the fuck out, calm down. Your life ain't that hard. I mean, look,
his life is hard. His life is hard, but
his life is hard. Like Bishop likes to remind us the entire season, their life is hard. I'm not it's a joke, right? They have lived through the struggle.
They lived through the struggle.
But you are here now where it's still a struggle for mutants, honestly, truly. It's a super struggle as we saw last season for mutants. And for what Val's doing. Super struggle for mutants. But like, you know, I don't know, maybe Cable needs to smoke a little, chill the fuck out, calm the fuck down. He's just too much, Grandpa, too much.
Cable, yes, he was on one. He was on one. And the marriage of X-Force and X-Factor, after last week, you know, he was like, you know what? We have the real enemy is Apocalypse. I have a mission and I'm going to achieve this mission at all costs. So it fits right in line that he's gonna join up with Val Cooper because he is an ends justify the means type of guy.
The means.
And so he's like, this man, Gambit, he gotta die. Why? Because Apocalypse is in him, and if we don't kill him, Apocalypse is gonna come back. Funny enough, you know what happens at the end of this episode, but we're gonna get to that soon.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I guess you know, we talked about it last week in regards to like Cable and joining up with the government, right? And it just seems that, I mean, even with the events of which eventually happened here, like how did you felt being that this was more official now that Cable was like, you know what, I'm going to join up with X Factor in order to kill Gambit, essentially. Like,
I mean, considering that Val and them were chasing Cable and them down for the majority of the season, and then that they get to the aircraft carrier that's carrying all the mutants in episode 2, that Jubilee's just like, yeah, we're not leaving these people behind, you fucking crazies. It when you put it all together, it's just like you said, the ends justify the means. So am I shocked that he's like, you've been gunning for me and I don't want to work with you? No. Like, to me, I guess it makes sense for what the season is.
yes.
He has a hard on for wanting to kill Apocalypse, and he's gonna work with whoever he has to accomplish that. It's just annoying. But it's just one of those situations where you look at a team up and you go, well, you know, for 9 episodes?
9.
For 9 episodes and for everything that we shoved in here, we had it. I guess we just had to get here. It's the only way to wrap up the season, right? And do I think it's silly? Yes. I even said it last week where he still, you know, he threw a fit after everyone teleported away when he couldn't kill Gambit. And it's just like, you know, thinking overall, I'm just like, it also feels like he's not strategizing. He's not thinking clearly. It's just, I gotta kill this guy and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, one track mind. And that just leads to a mess, as we see later. A very avoidable mess that really did piss me off when it happened. Because I said what was going to happen as it was.
And then it actually happened.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not out of the realm. I think the only thing that upset me, not upset me, that I would have liked is, like I mentioned last week, if Alex and Nate Cable had a little, hey nephew, hey uncle. Well, or I guess wow, I guess you are my nephew.
Mhm.
One track mind, like
They didn't
kind of bullshit.
interact,
And
right? Much at all.
no, they
No.
didn't much at all. So, I think for me, I would have just liked to have seen that, considering that all the family drama that we got for
Mhm.
Madeline, for Jean, and for Scott in season one. And then we start out this season with Cyclops and Phoenix-ish take
Mhm.
on them being in the future with Cable and raising Cable with Ascani, aka Rachel Summers. Just yeah, it would have just been a little a family of mess, right?
Mhm.
Just something I would have liked.
Okay.
But I feel like this season really altogether, it's just one of those things where it's just like it's something they could have done, but they decided to just do their bullshit instead.
Mhm.
Um, just kind of in my head, one of those situations where if it had happened, might have made him working with X Factor a
Mhm.
little bit more fun.
Okay.
Even though I don't like it, it would have
Yeah.
been a little bit more
Yeah.
fun. Right.
You have a question here. So the question
Mm.
was act
Hi.
from Frog. It's which X-Men
Hi.
comic run do you like the most, and what is your favorite comic slash comic run in general? You have one.
Uh, Honestly, favorite comic run is the Krakoa era. I talked about that last season.
Mhm.
The Krakoa era got me back into reading comics altogether. I used to work at a famous comic book store, and after I left there, and I wasn't, able
Mhm.
to read comics for free on my lunch break and such. And comic books just kept getting expensive. I mean, I still buy things,
Mhm.
but I'm not as I'm not, and I wasn't as fevered of a reader as I
Mhm.
was when I was at my time there working. But recently it is the Krakoa era. It's not a perfect era, but it's something I hold so close and dear to my heart. Something I really enjoyed for these characters that I love and are part of the fabric of who I am. And yeah, my favorite run of all time in comics altogether. I don't know if I have one. Um, It oscillates a lot. Like I love Sensation Comics, which is a Wonder Woman book that came out a couple years ago.
Mhm.
I love the Paradise Lost. Like for me, it's Wonder Woman and X-Men. I love Extreme X-Men. Um, Not the current one, the first one. I love Exiles. I love the Barbarella. Like I don't have a favorite run. If I'm
Mhm.
gonna think iconic that sticks out in my head, it's when Rogue put her very bad team together that consisted of Cable, Mystique, and Sabretooth and Lady Mastermind. That's just watching your girl surround herself with
Mhm.
problematic people because she's in a problematic state of mind, and just watching the mess you know is gonna happen just actually happen in front of you.
Mhm.
Um yeah, I just like to me that's just one of those comic book runs that stick out of my head. Messiah Accomplice also sticks out of my head. Anything that's essential reading for me has to do with Rogue.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's that. Yeah, but I've got a lot in the tank, and it really is dependent on my mood. Like I love Lady Killer. I love there's a whole bunch Infinity Loop. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of good stuff out there
Mhm.
that yeah, it really depends on my mood. But if we're talking X-Men wise, if Rogue is there, I'm there. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
except for Uncanny Avengers Volume 1, Remender, when I see no, I'm just joking. I mean, but I'm not. But that's one of the runs that I started reading as it was happening because that's when I was working at the shop.
Mhm.
Um and I had to stop reading it halfway through because it just pissed me off so bad. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. They asked if there was any favorite Batman comics if you read. I don't think you read Batman, right?
I
Or
do. But for me it's the Bat family that I like more than Bruce
Mhm.
himself. If I'm thinking Batman as a showing, for
Mhm.
me it's usually Justice League related. So my favorites are Kingdom Come and Justice. Like I live and breathe by those two books. If I'm talking about surrounding Bat Fam, I did really enjoy the New 52 Batwoman stuff. Gail Simo's run for the New 52 Batgirl. I love Batgirl and Robin Year One. Um, the Batman animated series, Harley Quinn books. Um, yeah, it's like I'm not a big Batman fan, but I like the people around him. But
Yep.
yeah, I have respect for Bruce Wayne to an extent. Yeah.
Okay. Jumping back into X-Men 97, after we dealt with the angst of adult Cable.
God, like
Yeah.
put the baby as the grandpa. Put him in timeout. I'm like this whole episode. I just kept in my head was like, put this man in timeout. He's doing too much, too much.
Yeah.
All for what? All for nothing.
Yes.
But we'll get there.
Yeah,
But
we'll get there. Yeah. We turn our attention to which became the Rogue episode that you were kind of asking for last week, but it really didn't turn out to be a Rogue episode. It's just that Rogue was the star, but how much of the star, like that's
was she really?
yeah, like that's like the one of the big things too. Now, Rogue, I know, is your favorite character of all time, right? Your favorite character
I
of all
love her
time?
so much. I got her mother's tattooed on me. Like,
Yes. And Rogue is my favorite character, right next to Gambit. Those are my favorite too. And well, Gambit is my favorite Marvel character, followed by Rogue. Like literally, it's Gambit, Rogue, Spider-Man. I think Hulk and Punisher. I think that's like Hulk and Punisher, probably my five. Like, but like Gambit and Rogue are literally my favorites in terms of like X-Men, and that's just how it happened. So when this episode focuses on Rogue doing anything at all costs to save Gambit, I know last week you were talking about how the episode really wasn't focused on Rogue, even though it's a Rogue focused episode, but it had to involve essentially Gambit, and they pretty much speed run Deathbit, as you call it, right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and now you have
and I mean,
this portion.
the same here. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, but last week, my issue was that we sped run the Deathbit art, but that's what we're doing this entire season. Speed running everything because we don't have the, like I kept saying last week, there isn't enough time, and we need more time. We don't have time for this, but we need more time for this.
Yes.
So my main issue was, and I've seen this sentiment a lot online amongst X-Men fans, that Rogue is more than the relationship that she's in, but this show seems to want to focus on only the relationship, which I love. I love Romy. I love like little teen Kayla. Like that's the hetero love that I mean, to me, honestly, they're both bisexual in my mind, but like that's one of my upper echelons of relationships in media. I love them together so much. But I love Rogue because she's Rogue.
Yeah.
And to just really have her like in the 2 episodes ago where it's meant to focus on Kurt and Graydon, you don't have Rogue at all talk to her adoptive half brother, right? It's just mostly her making sad faces and trying to warn Kurt off. So even then, it's just like she's along for the ride for the brother in her life. In last week's episode, it's like she's really super sad, and then everyone's just like, "Hey, but you're the only one who could save him." And I was like, contextually, that makes perfect sense considering her run-in with, as Angel mentions last week, with Apocalypse and Angel from '92. And I was like, it's gonna be so interesting to see how they handle that, how they tackle that. Really give her a little bit more meat and how she's doing emotionally. And they did none of that. And even when we get to here, it's still, I gotta save the man I love. But we aren't processing, like I mentioned last week, we haven't at all processed her survivor's guilt. They touched on it a bit in the first season, which I really liked. That's probably, aside from episode 5, her episode focus first, like that's my favorite episode that season. And this is just like, we don't get her internal monologue or
Mhm.
a focus on how she's feeling, coming back from the past. Eric also dying, who they've made him a central point in her character journey in these 2 seasons. So again, it's just revolving around the men in her life instead of
Mhm.
just for herself. So I'm actually, for what shook out for this
Mhm.
episode 2, I'm actually super upset. Truly. I think it's lovely. I agree with the character work here,
Mhm.
though, that she would stop at anything to save Gambit.
Yes.
Um, it's trying to make up for lost time, and if I can give the man that I love more time and just have this moment together with him, I will do it. She really cares for him. Um, and I love, and I, in my heart of hearts, I know she is the character to walk into the celestial
Mhm.
uh little apocalypse mouth temple, and she's the only one to be able to survive it, right? In my
Yeah.
my heart of hearts, I'm like, yes, this all makes so much sense, not only because of her love for Gambit, but all the things that Rogue has gone through in her life. She is the one to come out of the other end of this broken, battered, and glittering like gold.
Yes.
And just getting that feat alone, that moment, really did mean a lot to me, because it's like, yeah, she is her. Like, you said in the moment that she is Omega level, and I'm just like, no, you guys don't understand. If it wasn't for the mental strain that her powers took, and
Mhm.
um on her, and her, in my opinion, her poor mental health as
Yeah.
well, she is an unstoppable force, a tank of all tanks, not just a flying brick. She can do it all, and she can process it all, if only if it wasn't for the mental blockade, right?
Yeah.
There's so many multitudes that this woman has, that she is the one to face a celestial head on, to talk it down, be like, all right, well, I don't think apocalypse and death is the only way. Love is very important, because love is important to Rogue's
Yes.
inner self. So I'm just like, yeah, this fucking makes perfect sense. And I loved every second of it. Truly, I loved every second of it. And I think even if it wasn't for Gambit, Rogue is the
Mhm.
character, and has been shown time and time again to be willing to step up to the plate and go, I'll take the bullet for you.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'll take the bullet. You don't have to, I'll do it. Making up for the wrongs that she has committed in her past. And I just, guys, I love her. I love her. I love her so much. I love her so much. How did you feel about
Yeah.
that moment?
Yeah, so seeing Rogue, right? Obviously, I was saying last week, I was like, bro, if they kill Rogue, I'm done, right? Even though obviously I'll be back to watch, because it was like, if they
Right.
kill Rogue, then we gotta get Death Rogue, because that would be pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
if they did something like that, that would have been really cool.
Hoping.
But like, Rogue is, she will do anything in order for my boy Gambit, right? She'll do anything pretty much for the people she loves, but especially like the people who are closest to her heart, near and dear, would be like Gambit, and you would like to think Magneto as well, like, because to
Well,
a
yeah,
point
I
in their
mean,
relationship, like their relationship was strange in ways, but it was, comparing it to
he
Gambit, yeah.
yeah, he's still a man that she cares for. And
Yes.
even though the motion of the relationship is off,
Yeah.
even in deciding that she doesn't, like, in that moment on Genosha before everything turned to complete shit,
Yes.
um it's like, I'm gonna let him down easy, right? That's like, that's where all that is heading.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's why for me, with him getting his back blown out in this season, not having her at all mention it, or what she's like, again, I don't
Yes.
want
That's
her to
that.
just
That
be
is
attached to the men,
crazy.
but
That's,
that is
yes.
like,
They
she
didn't mention
decided to
it.
make an abrupt change in her life last season
Yeah.
to stay by his side, to try to help Genosha and her people, all
Hmm.
for it to come out to her not saying anything about him dying at all.
That is a question, like, for the writers and for the direction, especially because we know the production has changed hands. That I think, I mentioned it in last week, that I think with the change in leadership and who's gonna be, you know, writing this moving forward, cause a lot of things to be dropped because, you know, whatever the producer originally was working on, like, well, I guess they had like 4 seasons planned, right? Then that changes, and now your 4 seasons becomes 2, and new ownership has to work with whatever you were like holding on for the first 2 seasons, and then shift it for whatever they want to do for the next, you know, 2 seasons that were, I think, guaranteed, right? I think at least season 3 and
Yeah,
4
we're getting 3 and
or
4 next. Yeah.
that were greenlit. So whatever plans, like this whole apocalypse stuff, like maybe it was supposed to go on longer. We'll never know, unless, you know, there's interviews and stuff like that later on. But I do think, like, in a lot of the speed running that was going on, and characters that had like a lot of unresolved plots, like some of the issues that we were having beforehand, I think that definitely got lost in the shuffle, because it's very strange that, you know, Magneto gets, you know, his back blown out. Rogue doesn't talk about, oh yeah, you know, like, because Rogue is sad for Gambit, right? But even as we jump to the present, it's nothing. Like, as far as it seems, this man didn't really exist, right? In any of the context, like even when Rogue was in her sad girl hours, you know, meaning En Sabinor, aka Apocalypse, it was just like, you know, everything else afterwards, it's like, I don't,
like
there's no,
twice in season 1, she drops the X-Men to go with Magneto and what he's doing. So again, not that I want that to happen, but that's what's been established for us.
and they do
So
nothing
she
of
has
that.
no feelings whatsoever. But again, walking into the hellfire for Gambit, which again, super believable.
Like, you know, she's like, the man I love, he's been, you know, taken, you know, essentially hostage by Apocalypse, so she's gonna do anything. And I was just like, god damn, like, she out here, she's trying to punch this, like, this Celestia, like, going hands, like, she's throwing hands,
like, I'm gonna throw hands with a god, I'll do it too. Fuck you. Don't come to my place, don't mess with my man. It's on. Like,
she's like, yeah, then you clearly ain't never met Remy LeBeau, like, because she was like, you don't understand the man I love. And you know, like, as the skin is literally peeling from her arm, I'm like, oh please, bro, please, like, let's not bite the bullet, like, you know. And the Celestial Isan,
it was so funny. Every piece of skin that was getting burnt off, I just kept saying, her mom's not gonna like this. Her mom's not gonna like this. Rogue is her mom's favorite child. And even though it is a toxic mother-daughter relationship, Mystique will make it everyone's problem if Rogue gets hurt. So,
well, she was hurt a lot.
For whatever happened later on.
Well, she was hurt a lot. But I love the whole sequence, and I think what came out of it, what I was like, yo, Celestial Rogue, like, what is going? Is this something that happens in the comics as well?
Pretty cool.
Like
Pretty
around,
cool.
Yeah.
For Celestial Rogue, no, there are what ifs, and such like that. But from scratching my brain, and the fucking sorry guys, I'm cursing a lot. For the cavernous library that I have in there of information of a whole bunch of stuff, as of right now, I don't remember. But I think this is definitely one of those what if situations. She got the cape and everything.
Yo, because the fit, I was here for it. Like, I love the fit.
Tron Rogue.
Yes, like, I'm here for it. She looks amazing. I'm like, yo, she has to be, like, if she wasn't Omega, treated as Omega before, she definitely Omega now, because of, like, what she did to Apocalypse, obviously, right? Which we're gonna get into pretty soon. But, like, I love how, like, and that's what I think makes this episode kind of sad too, for this grand moment. And maybe it's supposed to just show how, like, the difference in power levels. But, like, damn, like, this man was treated as your overarching big bad. And yes, we know right now she's broken, right? Well, she's always been broken, but right now she especially is broken, right? In terms of the power scale and stuff like that. But, you know, I guess, you know, like, transitioning from Rogue, we might as well tackle the other guys, essentially the big
There are
fight.
other guys in this episode.
Yeah, like the other
the big fight that wasn't even that big of a fight. That was a whole lot of nothing.
yeah, because that
God, I
like
thought
the
last week's
action.
fight
Yeah.
sequence was bad. This
I actually like
not.
this. I actually like the fight sequence, but the thing is, it lasted the entire episode. And the biggest thing when fight sequences, if you compare them to anime, right? It's always going to be the theory slash the importance behind it, right? And I think where I agree with you that it fits like last week's where overarching. I don't think it was good because what it eventually did was make everybody weak sauce. Especially like Polaris, like
amounts to a whole lot of nothing.
Yes, because like if even with the fight sequence, just so we get into it, like it's gonna be Apocalypse. Well, first it's X-Men versus X-Force and X Factor, right? Which I think that portion of it was cool, and I think even all the sequences, all the animations and stuff like that, I thought that was cool because I clearly saw a bigger budget slash a bigger choreography for this than all the other fights and also season one, which I'm like, all right, this is cool. I think I like the Nightcrawler versus what's this guy's name again? Exodus, was that his name? Exodus. Yeah. I think I like that fight probably more of the ones that we've seen because it was like they're both teleporting and it's swordsmen's, and that was pretty cool. I think, funny enough, shout outs to Frog in the chat because he said Nightcrawler is his favorite character. I think Nightcrawler definitely had a lot of great
little
moments.
Family we have here.
Yeah,
had a little family we have here.
Yep, Rogue Nightcrawler. I think Nightcrawler had some of the best moments. Even though they're like he's a character that like I can understand, like especially what I was mad about like 2 weeks ago with the whole Gradient Creed and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I just wish that wasn't, so prevalent as a narrative that people write all the time. But it's still Nightcrawler, and it's, a man of faith that finally had his faith completely shattered by a brother, essentially. And
I wouldn't say shattered. I would say just tested. But I really still feel like it. I don't know. Like to think about everything that's happened up to this point. I feel like a lot of it amounted to a whole lot of nothing.
Well,
but we'll get to the ending. We'll get
And I think that's where this battle was. Like, I think the battle cool to look at, right? And but I think it's one of those issues what I was saying in previous weeks where it's great for clips. It is great for reaction videos. It's great to get people talking online because it's a lot of, all right, look at the pretty colors and whatnot. But when you peel back the actual context of what the battle accomplished, it pushed, a scenario which could have happened any other, like in another position where Cable is going to quote unquote kill Gambit, right? I think getting to that point essentially was what that entire battle was going to be for. So it kind of just makes it look like, when you think about it, when you peel it back, that's where I'm looking at the theory behind the actual battle. Is just like, it just seems kind of bad. When you get to the point of Gambit just being taken out point blank by the gun, and you get all these other fireworks, you get all these other displays of powers and whatnot, and it's not like a power struggle to where like I think I would have believed more something if Gambit tried to protect somebody and he got shot in the process. But like just being caught, it wasn't like he was even caught off guard. It's like man's just like straight in front of you, and I don't know the power scaling when it comes to Cable versus Gambit, but I would bet that Cable is stronger. Just because of family histories and just the way that they would scale his telepath powers versus Gambit's abilities. So I mean, I can believe that Cable can beat Gambit in this version of Cable at least. But damn, like when we get to that entire battle, just get to this point where you get Nathan versus like Nathan there, like Jean, not tapping into any of her abilities. Cyclops not tapping, like nobody went as hard as they could have because everyone's not really trying to kill each other. But at the same time, if you want to protect like Gambit, and you're trying to protect the situation, you could play a little harder. You could be a little rougher. I mean, like, listen, man. Sometimes you gotta put I'm not a parent, but Jean. Well, it's not really her kid, but Scott. Listen, bro. You gotta put the dad boots on, and might have to put the dad beats on at that point in time.
Spanking.
Yeah, because this man snatched your chain, took your glasses, and chucked them shits, and had you squealing out here. So I look at it like that. I'm just like, damn, there was a lot of missed opportunities, even though they try to showcase a lot of the X-Men versus X-Force. And it just seems that right now, like X-Force, not X-Force, well, X-Force and X-Factor were just getting bitched out by the X-Men.
But it also seemed like the inverse was happening too. Like this was a no-sum deal.
Yeah, I think,
like I said, a whole lot of nothing, which is fine because it goes to show that these people shouldn't be fighting each other to begin with,
yeah,
right?
they shouldn't.
They're like, why are you girls fighting? Everyone calm down. Whole house mad for no reason, essentially. But yeah, just watching it, I think like the moment that I think sums up this interaction is Strong Guy and Bishop, and Strong Guy going, us just hitting each other isn't gonna do anything. That's what this whole thing was. Us hitting each other isn't gonna do anything, but put us all in a room so that ending can happen, right?
Yeah.
So like even thinking of Nate versus Scott and Jean, just I don't know what this season's problem was, but we have a let's nerf all the women issue. That's really crazy. Jean just not tapping into anything at all, and it's just like I like that they were just like, hey, we can talk it out every step of the way. But again, no one's putting boots to ass. Not even Wolverine is putting boots to nobody is putting boots to ass in this episode.
Yeah.
And then watching multiple man get up on like that Strong Guy, multiple man, and Rain, Wolfsbane and Siren, who did all of nothing.
Yeah, the Siren. Yeah, it's funny because you was like wondering if Siren was gonna talk, and I was like, hey, she's talking. No, that's just her powers.
She does not talk. The simple fact that they got the one up on Polaris to overwhelm her, and they're all wearing metal belts. So I still am so confused why she
the
didn't
Polaris
magnetize.
Yes. That didn't. Yeah, you're right.
Why she didn't magnetize their belts away? The Havoc and Jubilee thing is cute, I guess.
Yeah. Bro, she threw a Rasen Shuriken, and I've been saying that we have mini Naruto here for like with a lot of her moves, so that's why I was just like, yo, my man's.
But it's like that though, where it's just like this move is cool, this scene is cool, but it all amounts to a whole lot of nothing. But yeah, like even. It would have been fun if they had Cable and Alex go against Scott and Jean, make it a true family mess.
That would have, I would have liked that too.
I think like also again what pisses me off a lot is I will never like when a man comes in once a woman is down, when I'm just looking at like Remy comes in to be like, yes, I can take on multiple men and everybody, and I am he, which he is, but Polaris is in the room. No, that's just not a thing that would happen.
Yeah.
That's just not a thing that would happen, especially after her big come up in the Danger episode.
Yeah, that's why I was questioning like some of the power scaling. Like even when you try to take in natures of these characters into account, we just saw Polaris like fend off Danger that was waxing everybody, all the X-Men. And she can't take down multiple man. Like there's no inhibitors or any type of funkiness messing with powers. So that's why I was kind of confused about Polaris not stopping multiple man. Like even as
the whole situation for me is just like, Bishop is super strong, but you have Polaris there. She could just lickety, like no one even needs to touch her. That they don't even have a psychic there to to make her confused or anything, right? I could see Siren going a little bit because of the nature of her abilities, but I'm seriously like it doesn't make any sense. And then literally to have Storm outside Reforge and for Storm to do a whole lot of we need to save the humans in the Sentinel suits, for the love of God. Storm could literally take the entire of X Factor and X Force by herself. So
Mhm.
again, it's like we need to dumb down the female characters in this show for the males to do a one up, and this even includes our ending that happens in just a moment. But yeah, and the fact that, like, look, I know Cable is one of the summer messiahs.
Mhm.
Um, I don't understand how he got the one up on Jean.
Well, I can understand it because she's not gonna listen. She ain't Mystique. Like she's
No,
not.
she ain't. No, and she's
Yeah,
not. She's not gonna
yeah,
go after her kid, right? She's
yeah.
not gonna backstab her own kid, right?
Yeah.
Literally.
She not gonna like endanger his life, especially for how torn she is, even though it's not her son. But it's her son, not her son, but her son.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
and it's like none of the X-Men, or they all embody Charles, essentially. That's what they were all doing, right? Because when you have X-Force and X-Factor, especially, you know, Cable, he's one track in his mission. So he don't really care who he got to hurt. He doesn't want to hurt anybody else, but his goal is kill Gambit, right? And the entire X-Force and X-Factor were moving as one unit to get to this objective, which, you know, is get Cable or just get to Gambit and kill Gambit, right? So you have one group of people who are going balls to the walls using their abilities to just get to the Gambit and kill him. And then you got the other group that is trying to be like, all right, we need to save everybody else and we got to protect Gambit. And this is legitimately why it was a losing position from the beginning for the X-Men. Because
it's just so silly because, like, you know, if you, I don't know, I just feel like the show is also dumbing, like nerfing the X-Men as a whole as well.
Yeah.
As a team, because this isn't the first time in the season that they got their asses whooped.
Yeah, it's not the
So
first time.
I'm just like,
I mean, they got smoked by Nightcrawler.
right,
like last
and
episode,
there are Omega level mutants on there. That's why I'm just like, even, and I know that you can't have a fight sequence happen with, like, I don't know, just team, you got, okay, my issue is you have all these powerful mutants, make it fucking work. There's no need to nerf them. There's no need for the shenanery because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in context of the story from what you showed us so far, and it doesn't just make sense in context of their powers. X Factor and X Force should not be getting the one up on the X-Men, especially alone with Jean and Storm on their team, but with added Polaris. Does not make sense. Does not make sense. This should be, like I said, this is a zero sum nothing. It's a nothing burger. This was a nothing burger everything. I'm so hungry that, like, I could eat my own hand just to fill myself up. Like, it's so aggravating because
that part of Polaris too afterwards, where Polaris, the same abilities that she displayed, she could have did against multiple man, which didn't make much sense. Like, why not use these abilities immediately to stop them from getting to Gambit? And Gambit still came to a help and assist. And
Gambit is the ace in the hole to take everyone out. Look, again, I will never underestimate Remy's abilities. I know Remy's abilities, but that really is taking this character who you showed did an amazing feat a couple episodes to then be like, she's not strong enough to take on this group of people. So the guy who's on his deathbed has the strength of will to bow staff everyone in the neck and get the one up. Like, no, 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 just no, just no, just no.
What's good,
No.
Carson? Welcome. Yeah, like this sequence here, since we're right here, where Cable you know, puts the boots to asses on, well, he just shoots Gambit one time, that's it, right? Charles coming and witnessing this, and then everybody stops fighting, right?
Even the simple fact that Charles just doesn't go sleep.
Yeah, there's a lot of things where I'm just like, when we got to this point here, where I'm just like, there's a lot of things that just didn't add up, because there are mutants on your side that have telekinesis. There are mutants on your side that can legitimately just storm him away, all puns intended. There are other mutants that could literally teleport. And yeah,
He
like
has a metallic arm. Why didn't Lorna
yeah,
just go?
yeah. There's so many things that could have prevented Gambit from getting, you know, shot up here. But the one of the biggest things is the thought process that killing Gambit was going to stop Apocalypse, and no one considering that killing Gambit
God.
would enable Apocalypse.
Which is what I said as he stood as like, yeah, don't you think that once the
Yes.
construct around the being is gone, then the being would overpower the situation? No,
Yeah.
truly, this feels like a show of dumb people. Like
Well,
a
that's
bunch
what
of
they're
dumb
being.
people doing
Yeah.
dumb things.
Yeah. It's like they didn't expect it. I mean, this is the classic. You think he's dead, and then he's back, and he's more powerful
But
than
it's also
ever. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also one of those moments where you just can go, well, if you just took a moment, everyone breathe a little, and you guys have a bunch of strategists and smart egg brand people.
Yeah.
Fucking think it through. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It
Mhm.
just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
I
sense.
mean,
It doesn't make sense.
when Apocalypse came back, again, right? Because you know
Ugh.
my big thing about this, right, is that we still don't have Apocalypse from the future. Um, so what does that mean?
I have to
Yeah.
go back to the 90s. Yes.
Yeah, like I'm like wondering, like, is this the like? That's why I'm like trying to figure out like what's going on with that. Um, when we have this whole sequence here, obviously, this was gonna now be, well, Apocalypse is gonna beat everybody's ass. You've already shown each other that you're not gonna. No, there's no gloves off, right? For technically for X Force and X Factor against the X Men, because Val Cooper is just like, yeah, you know, you gotta get the job done. And Cable's like, look, I was brought here to take out Apocalypse, and so now you're going to help me take out Apocalypse so I can complete the prophecy and fulfill my destiny. And I fulfilled my destiny, and now my destiny is like, fuck you, because you just fell into my you activated my trap card. So we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you
Yes.
and now Apocalypse is here after activating the trap card, which I, you know, like, look, I like I love the color scheme. I just don't like some of the
the design choice on the
yeah,
whole look is stupid. This is a
yeah.
stupid.
I
I
just
thought
did,
about it as it was
yeah,
happening too, but then
yeah.
I was like, oh, this is essentially a 90s action figure. That's a
Essentially,
90s
yeah,
action figure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
that's a
thought,
90s action figure.
yeah, the way they
Yeah,
they did
that's
it. Like I like the
the
color
silly
scheme, but I
trench
didn't
coat
like
on
the
the silly
yeah,
trench coat on a giant robot guy. That's
yeah,
a 90s action figure, yes.
yeah,
But it's so stupid to look at. It's
yeah.
just so I mean, I already hated their choice of deathbit look. It's just
Mhm. Yeah, I didn't
a
like the
reverse colored
apocalypse.
gambit.
Yeah, the apocalypse gambit look here. So I mean, but that's, even though I, you know me, I'm gonna love the purples because it's my colors, but I didn't like the fit. The biggest
So
thing here,
stupid.
was, you know, apocalypse whooping everybody again. Like, this is history repeats itself, right? And we know this is the case, right? It's always going to be history repeats itself. The X-Men caused this to happen, as we already know. They went back to the past, and they were the proponents of why this was happening again, right? But that does bring us to, like, I mean,
Hold on, I gotta say before we get to the next part of,
yeah,
I also think it's a missed. There
missed
we go, missed
opportunity.
opportunity to not have Angel also have a visceral reaction to the situation, considering that's Angel's whole deal in this season.
Mm,
Apocalypse, like, and true, I'm not trying
mm,
to diminish Angel's Warren's situation at all. We talked
mm,
about it in episode 2.
mm,
I'm just saying it truly is just a missed opportunity to not have him react to seeing Apocalypse
mm,
at all. And I think thinking about the season overall, it feels like a bunch of missed opportunities and a lot of nonsense. Um, yeah, just for that. And to also just have it like, I know Apocalypse is meant to be a very formidable opponent and
mm,
super powerful, but the simple fact that and of course with Gambit's abilities too, it's like, yeah, now I've got my, Mario Fire Flower. I'm extra strong now. I'm in my Tanuki suit, right? Essentially, I'm in my Gambit Tanuki suit. Um, but to just again, you have Storm, who's also not there, and as I said in this season, who has no reaction to Gambit dying at all.
Yeah.
Gambit, who is super close to her and important in her life, have her not there. But again, you have Xavier there, you have Cable there, you have Jean there, you have Psylocke there now at this point.
Yes.
Polaris and Storm. Storm on her own could take down Apocalypse Gambit, I think. Freeze him enough to slow him down. But you have these psychics there and a metal manipulator. I do not understand how everyone got their asses kicked in 5 seconds. I don't understand.
And got turned.
It's not making any sense. It's not making any sense.
Yeah, and they got turned. Like into like my man used called the haunted.
Like
and brain
no one
control.
put up a fight.
Yeah.
Nobody put up a fight. But for the big thing for Apocalypse to continue to admonish Xavier, like you see your students are turning their I don't know how many times I have to iterate this. He turned their backs on him by fucking off to space to go mess with his bird girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
And then came back because, oh, woe is me. To admonish and be like, you can't love these people and you can't be the teacher and you're dumb. I don't care. To give that to Xavier, right? And even though he's so sad, his boyfriend died in front of him. So sad stuff, right? And he's all like, trauma beam, I'm gonna talk nasty to you because I'm that kind of girl. To not have Cable and Angel at least have bigger reactions to the Apocalypse situation than Xavier is bullshit. And Bishop too, right? Because Bishop's initial thing from '92 is that he's got to come back and get the guy who I know comic book wise he has to come back to get the guy who betrays the X-Men, and it's Gambit. I think they maintain that story in '92, but like for all the Apocalypse is a really bad guy and we got to get out of here. Nothing. No one is reacting the way they should be reacting.
It's unfortunate. It really, like, the whole sequence is unfortunate.
Jean to go out like a chump.
Yeah. Jean got turned too, right?
I don't even like.
Everybody got turned.
Yes, I don't even like Jean like that. Everyone got turned. I don't understand what's happening here.
Yeah. Like, I know Apocalypse is supposed to be OP. I just didn't think that my bands would be soloing everybody so easily at this point, and then turning everybody on Charles, and then we need the Deus Ex Machina, which is Baby Girl to come through.
Rogue was gonna be, which don't like that she had to come in the last minute instead of coming in right before Cable shot him and still had it maybe Cable shoot. No actual fighting of importance happened here at the end of all this, by the way.
Yeah, because when
to have her
she
come
shows
in
up
at that moment to save Charles, I guess. Sure, why not? I mean, to save Remy too, of course, because that's why she
you gotta save Bay. You gotta save Bay, you know?
But the simple fact that Apocalypse just stands there, like I hate that thing in any show or movie where the villain stops doing villainous shit because someone's talking to them. No, just have them jump Xavier. Let Xavier get a taste of his own medicine. I don't understand. I truly don't understand why he was just like, who? Like, it makes no sense to me.
Unless the Rogue like EMP this field and whatnot, because he just like, okay, she EMP'd the field.
Yeah, I mean, she did that. She knocked them all out. But it's when Xavier's like, yeah, your mom hated you. You're trash. Your mama don't love you in that like little moment, and like just chop him. Just chop him in the neck. Apocalypse. I don't understand why you letting this man talk. But anyway,
I don't think I've seen a villain in most likely almost any media that just continues on. I think every villain, when you think about it, right? Every villain in a series, TV show, even TV show, anime, before, and this is why I respect, series that just are unconventional, because like attacking Sailor Moon when she's transforming, oh, that's disrespectful. You're not supposed to do that. Attack Goku when he's transforming. Like Charles is like literally, why is the villain when the good guy is about to do their powerful transformation? Why is the villain not like, all right, bang bang pew pew?
Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. I mean, I understand the Sailor Moon thing because when I think about it too, it's the graphic of them transforming is just for the audience. I think it's essentially to remember that the transformation probably happens in an instant. But like something like this where they're just chit-chatting, I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to just let this asshole talk. Like it just doesn't. It just doesn't. I mean, it only makes sense because you want Rogue to make her big entrance and to knock everyone out. But for them to have that
Apocalypse wants him
happen,
to suffer. That's the other thing. Apocalypse wants Charles to suffer.
yeah.
And so it was about to be Bang Bros.
You said my
on
mama
Charles.
didn't love me? Guess
Yeah.
what? You said my mom didn't love me? Well, guess what? Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Like
your mom didn't love you either. No, but to have Rogue just like pop in and it just goes to her, like no fight happens with her and Apocalypse Remy. None at all. None at all.
that's the most unfortunate part of it all. Like I like the fact that, I mean, like, it's like she came down looking, good as fuck and like and everything, aura farming and whatnot. But I was expecting at least an exchange of hands, and we literally just got her packing this man up. I'm just like, all right. Like I think for me, like for everything that happened, and yes, she's OP now. Probably at this point in time, she would be considered. I don't know. She would would you say she at this point in time she's the strongest mutant in this form, because this is something that we don't really know much of outside of.
Yes, but also she turned into a celestial the way Apocalypse did, so they are probably
Should be
on
around the
even
same
footing.
Yeah.
And then Apocalypse would have the extra of having Gambit's powers. So if anything, he's probably just maybe like a fraction more powerful. Not much, maybe just a fraction. But I guess this is meant to show you with the power of love, you don't need to throw hands. But Rogue would throw hands, beat Apocalypse out of Remy. So I'm just so disappointed in the whole situation. For her to make this is my biggest problem in this show for this season. We're getting everyone back to zero. We're having a big moment happen at the beginning of the episode just to return everything back to normal by the end of it.
Yeah, I
Gambit
think
is now
that's the
death.
big
Gambit
thing.
isn't death. Rogue is a celestial. Rogue is not a celestial. For all of nothing in the middle to happen. We didn't even get to see her use her abilities. Nothing. It's not like she siphoned the abilities from the X-Men around her to get extra, but to get the like.
Bro, she literally
nothing,
she said,
nothing.
here we go, and just compressed this man and say, all right, Nathan,
It's nice
deal
to
with
be like,
this.
haha, Cable, I did your job for you because you're dumb. Shut up. But nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
They didn't even give her a moment to shine. They didn't give her a moment to shine. What's the point of her making the sacrifice if she's not going to do much of it, if we're not going to see like the big bang boom of it?
Yeah.
Like what's the point of the power up if we're not going to get to see the power up?
The way Nathan was just looking at her, and the way that like she just packed up.
She is him.
Yeah.
Rogue is him. Rogue is her.
Yo, I love the flex though. I love the flex. The flex of the like buff Rogue. I love it. Right? This is after
Buff Donna.
yeah, Buff Donna. Yeah, we got Buff Rogue. Like I love it.
Like
but damn.
I'd get that tattooed on me, but it truly is just a waste of an opportunity to showcase Rogue's actual mutation and abilities to siphon the powers of all the other X-Men just to give her, like, if she's feeling like, Remy Apocalypse is giving her a little too much heat, just to siphon the powers of the other X-Men to really put boots to ass would have been an amazing final battle. We got this. She touches him, crushes him into a stone. So he's not dead, right? He's in the celestial or the external stone that Kandra's
Hmm.
external stone that the Celestial crushed.
Yeah.
So she's not even immortal, right? So that again, a waste of nothing for Rogue to get Kandra's external stone for it just to be taken out of play for this was a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
A whole lot of nothing. I'm very angry. Just I'm very annoyed. I'm very annoyed. I'm very angry. Um it is a lovely sentiment to be like the power of love and friendship is really what matters in the face of adversity.
Hmm.
And I think that's an important theme when thinking about the X-Men, that together we stand taller. Yeah,
Hmm.
divided we fall, and that's been quite essential within the mutant mythos, fighting brother against brother. When you think about Havoc and Scott, um father against son, this situation, or mother against daughter with Mystique and Rogue, the importance of bonds and how we are stronger together for it. I
Yeah.
do love that. That's something I love very much about any show that I watch. Like, it's why I love Sailor Moon so much. Together
Hmm.
we can defeat the bad. Together we are stronger in love, in friendship, in empathy, and caring. We can overcome
Hmm.
adversity. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
But please, God Jesus, please let my girl throw a punch.
I mean, like, yeah, she just packed him up. And I guess, because I guess it's time to bring up the conclusion of this, because be, to me, I like my stakes,
Bitch, I'm sick. Sorry, go
right?
ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm
go
just saying,
ahead.
I like my stakes high, right? I'm a gambler, right? So, but there's stakes that I won't take, but there are stakes that I will, take as well, and I got to understand that there's risk involved. It is with gambling, right? And this was a risk that Rogue made with her life. It was her choice at the end of the day, and I thought it was respectable because she was gonna have all this grand
Mm-hmm.
power. And if Rogue died, then it would have been for literally, Gambit. I don't think anybody else would have just taken her out. I would have been like, if Apocalypse would have killed her, I would have been like, oh damn, that's fucked up. But like, and this, what did this amount to? If Rogue died this way, I would have been like, okay, it's sad. I understand it. I'm not happy, but because I love her a lot. But what, I can understand it. But if she would have died, I think I would have been more mad if she would have died after not giving if you were going to beat down
Mm-hmm.
Apocalypse, it should have been like a wash. It should have been like Sun Jin
Mm-hmm.
Woo versus the Ant King. I wanted to see like something
Mm-hmm.
like that, but also it's Apocalypse in Gambit's form, right? And she not really trying to hurt Mans as well, and so that was a lot just working against it. But because you know uh she's like, yeah, we gotta pay the price, and everyone's just like, what's going on? All right, well, I'm thinking like, all right, well, damn, this is about to be sad. Rogue's about to peace out. I'm preparing myself, and this motherfucker Nightcrawler is like, I'm gonna fulfill the other half of this wager of one's life. And now he bites the bullet for his sister. And a part of me is highly conflicted about this because one, I think it would have been sad. It would have been it would have been sad for this is the way that Rogue goes out. But I would have, understood it. But Nightcrawler has taken that away, that agency away from Rogue. What does this mean? I mean, it's not that Nightcrawler is, by no means I'm saying Nightcrawler was a throwaway, because to me he was one of the standouts this season. But I'm conflicted on him dying for this particularly, and then also thinking
Mm-hmm.
about, like, I mean, obviously, we have the other ending with Mystique, being revealed. So it's like, what does this mean for if Mystique? I mean, would Mystique care? You know.
I mean, like I said, Rogue's her favorite, so
like she Chuck Mans,
she'll care,
yeah,
but
she'll care,
yeah,
right?
like
And then, can I truly believe that Nightcrawler is going to be dead? I would believe that Rogue would have been
I mean,
dead.
it's the X-Men.
But
Yeah, it's the
everybody
X-Men. No
comes
one
back.
stays dead, but I
Yeah.
think I would have. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would have believed that Rogue would have been dead for a while, right? Because she made this grand sacrifice, and Gambit would have been in more sad boy hours. But it would have been, you know, I think it would have been fair. It would have hit. There would be people are gonna be sad that, don't get me wrong, people are gonna be sad that Nightcrawler is dead, right? Obviously, but I think people would have been more sad and it would have had more impact had people figured out what was the price that Rogue had to pay in order for this, and Cable would have been looking at himself, you know, sideways. Everybody would have been looking at themselves sideways, and I think we would have had a better story going into season 3 with Rogue dead and then Mystique coming back. But it's Kurt that's dead, and I don't think it's as strong as Rogue being dead, and I'm just trying to justify in my mind like a why, like, do we get rid of the voice actor for next season for Nightcrawler, you know, for Kurt? I don't know. Like I was like scratching my head, and I'm just like, I don't know about this. Like, yeah, I personally don't like it. Like I really was like, you know, the fan of me, like, all right, you kill Rogue, all right, I understand it, I can live with this. You know, we've seen X-Men come back and forth, and I think I would have been hyped. Like, I was like, yeah, you maybe you get Death Rogue, because
Death Rogue.
what are we doing with Future Apocalypse? Or is this man supposed to be Future Apocalypse? That's why I'm confused about that.
It's so unclear. It's still so unclear. Yes.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like so confused about the apocalypse that we are dealing with. If the apocalypse we're dealing with was the one from the future, that was like, I need to go to the 90s, or is it the or like, what apocalypse is this, right? And that portion was unclear. So if Apocalypse is just done and cooked, okay, sure. But if he isn't, then I think we could have, you know, like, this man just keeps coming back and having been an overarching villain. But I am severely, like, big question mark, why on the Kirk stuff. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about it, but I can say I'll probably tell you don't like it either, but probably for different reasons. So let it rip.
Bitch, I'm sick.
Yeah.
So I think truly it's a double-edged sword with the setup that they had for Rogue. You
Yeah.
don't want a female character sacrificing themselves for a man, regardless of
Yeah.
the situation. It does teeter along the line of fridging, because then it would have turned around to Gambit needing to figure out how to get Rogue back and his
Yeah.
feelings. And I 100% am certain that they would have really fleshed out his character and him dealing with her death and the fact that she sacrificed himself in season 3 if that had happened, right? But that didn't happen. I do think it is really dumb. Like, again, we are back to zero. We're back to zero.
Yeah.
Kurt wasn't really a player in 92. They tried to highlight him more for 97, which I appreciate because I love Nightcrawler as well. The Adler Darkholme family is my favorite family in comics, and I could do a whole TED talk on their whole thing. I love Kurt, and I love that they really tried to establish too that even though we didn't get much of them in 92, that they are committed to being a brother and a sister and to being each other's family. But again, because we don't have a lot of episodes focusing on them, and even when we got an episode with their half brother, she did all of nothing.
Yeah.
We didn't get a buildup. We didn't get connection. We didn't get them spending time together, them discussing much of anything. It's small moments here and there, but this is what happens when you start inflating the cast and then doing 20 stories for a 9-episode season.
Yep.
We lose character development, we lose time, we lose arcs. And then it all just feels empty, and for like, truly, I feel nothing. I feel annoyed and agitated, but I don't feel sad that Kurt is dead, which sucks because I should. It would Rogue dying, but of course, because she's my favorite character.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see her go out like that, but she made the choice to do that.
Yeah.
Right. And it would have been not like, again, we're teetering on fridging. It would have been an admonishment of Cable and him going in guns blazing instead of thinking your destiny couldn't be fulfilled because you're an idiot, but this woman out of nowhere who you tried to use last episode is
Yeah.
the one to clean up your mess, right? But if she would have died and then but without a fight,
Yeah, it
boring,
would have been,
bland,
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
For her to turn her, like, just to look, and then like I really was expecting in that hug for her to just go limp and everyone would be like, what the fuck happened? And then Beast and Nightcrawler show up. Oh no, we're too late. Only for Beast to show up with the Bible, and I'm just like, oh fucking Christ. Um it's so silly. It's
At the end of the day,
so
yeah.
dumb. At the end of the day, it's dumb and silly and stupid, and that's a lot of this season. Kurt's speech to Enos and
Yes.
what fucking the Celestial.
Isan.
Yeah, sorry guys, my Celestial knowledge only goes as far as the MCU Eternals. Like, um,
Isan.
the like his conversation with Eson, I think is very lovely. As we all know, Kurt is definitely one of the hearts of the X-Men.
Yes.
So losing him, as we even saw in comics too, spoilers for a comic that came out many years ago, him sacrificing himself for Hope in front of Rogue is a pivotal moment. Losing him really affected a lot of the X-Men. He's important to a lot of different characters, right? For a lot of different reasons. I mean, they went to go get his soul. Like, there's a whole comic about them bringing him back, right? Like,
Yeah.
no one stays dead in comics, truly. Destiny did for a long time until Krakoa, so that's why I love you, Krakoa. But and Uncle Ben stays dead. Yeah, Uncle Ben
Uncle
stays
Ben,
dead. But
yeah. Yeah.
he stayed dead. But for him to be like, I want to take the knock to the chin for my sister. I think it's lovely, but I don't feel anything for it. I don't. I just don't. It really is taking the choice made for Rogue, and it's like it is a lovely sentiment to be like, well, love conquers all, and through love I could change your opinion as on, like, but again, it feels like Remy's coming in to save Polaris, Kurt coming in to save Rogue. Rogue's argument towards the Celestial is, well, no, love is super important. That's sadly been her thing too with Apocalypse. Love is super important. Love, there's more to life than just the end. It's what happens in the middle bits.
Yeah.
And for her to state that, take the sacrifice, but for Kurt to be like, yeah, let me double down on what my sister said. Love is super important. So you gotta take me. I think it would have been funny if it was a running gag of every X-Men just going in and just going, no, it's me. And then him just going, enough is enough. Like, everyone just walks in, no, I'll take the sacrifice. Like, it would have been Kurt, it would have been Logan after Kurt, and then more for Kurt, and then Scott would have been like, I'll take one for the team, and then Jean's like, no, and then Aurora's like, no, you know what I mean? That would have been stupid, too, but funny. But yeah, it just feels so flat. It feels flat and full of nothing, because we're back to zero. Kurt wasn't a big character, like I said, in 92. They try to highlight him. We didn't get enough episodes of anyone doing anything. It's to be like, well, his half-brother tested his faith. Now he's going to test everyone's faith to double down on the power of friendship and love and, believing in people and Christ Jesus, our God Savior. It's just so empty. It's so empty. It's not even a big goodbye, right? It's not even he gets to psychically tell his sister, hey, I love you, right?
That's what was missing. Like where Rogue is asking, why am I like, what's going on? What's wrong? Right? All you just get is Beast looking, and then with the Bible, and I'm like, you don't even get like a message or a telepathic message like to everybody to make it even more emotional. She's like, this isn't like I would have rather hear Rogue say, this isn't what I wanted. And let it be, because the episode 5 was heartbreaking, right? And having Rogue's last words being like, I can't feel you.
Yeah, I can't feel you.
This could have been as equally heartbreaking. Having Nightcrawler having Nightcrawler telling this to everybody else but Isan would have been way more impactful. Nightcrawler is saying, this is my vision of the future and what I have faith in, and everyone hearing this and everyone seeing what his vision of the future would have been, if I'm writing this, I would have did that instead, because that way everyone would have felt this, everyone would have been teary-eyed, everyone would have known what Rogue tried to sacrifice for this power, and we did not get that. And to me, that's why I'm just like, what we got was just flat, because
it's empty.
Yeah,
it's empty.
Yeah, like I
what
literally,
was the point? What was the point? What was the point of any of this?
Especially the way it dropped, right? Like the sudden like cliffhanger or whatnot, and I like,
but not even that too. Like truly, this season feels like, what is the point of any of this? We're back at the school. Genosha and X-Corp is fucked. What was the point? Gambit's back alive, so we don't even get any of that. Sure, Magneto's gone, but okay. Xavier's back to running the school. Sure. What is the point? What was the point of any of this?
Maybe Onslaught
What
next
was
season.
We don't even like. I guess the biggest point is that Graydon gets to be president, and we said that was gonna happen because this story is fucking stupid. Like we don't like. Yes, sure. It's lovely. It's sweet. I love seeing Rogue and Gambit together. I love seeing Colossus paint, but fuck Colossus truly. Especially with how magic went out. Like this show just nerfed all the women. All for what? For them to be saved by all the men. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
I was trying to like look at this ending. I really
they sidelined Storm. They sidelined Storm.
Well, yeah, I mean, she was an afterthought this season, pretty much. Yeah, like it was a problem last season, but this season, yeah. Well, I mean, when you think about the X-Men, they were pretty much sidelined, all of them. When you think about it,
for nothing, because this has no impact at all. We don't know if Apocalypse is alive or dead, and that's how they want it, right? Rogue's not immortal. Gambit's not dead. All the mutants are upset with each other, but that was happening anyway.
Yeah.
It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. Maybe I would have liked it better if we got a little bing bang boom. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I can't even think of anything in this episode except for this
final part,
last bit. But the final, like, girl, I'm sick.
I think I guess for the last point on X-Men 97, the Mystique reveal, which has been called for like ever. This is probably one of the least big surprises, because it was expected, but it was like, yeah, it like legitimately it was being expected for the longest, that Mystique was going to replace Val Cooper.
It was Val the whole time, yeah.
But this doesn't even look like she was Val the entire time. No, she just takes over Val now. Yeah, and now she's about to be Val. This could have been like, I think that was the missed opportunity. Like I guess they wanted to be different. They were like, you know what, we're not gonna make we're not gonna make Mystique Val Cooper the entire time.
Just yet.
Yeah, just
even
yet.
though you guys know.
Yeah.
But not yet. Not yet.
You guys have been saying it, but I want to show you guys are wrong. Instead, we're just gonna have Mystique finally show up and just replace Val afterwards and kill her. Okay. I mean, okay.
Look, and again, even if she comes guns blazing about, maybe they do Freedom Force next season, right? That'd be a hoot for me personally. Even if I don't even think that they can even do Mystique being upset about Kurt, because we haven't even gotten any established relationship between the two of them at all in the series as a whole.
Yeah.
So that's why even this reveal too feels empty, because if Rogue had died, Mystique would have been putting boots to ass.
Yeah, legitimately, and that's been taken away. And I honestly, we're gonna watch season 3 regardless, but please, I cannot do another all right, we gotta reverse the decision that Kurt made, and we gotta have to find a way to save Kurt. I like
Oh no, they're gonna do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
They're gonna do that.
and if that's the point of season 3, it's gonna. And I guess like I'm it's one of those things where I'm like from season 1 where I'm like, what happened? Honestly, I'm literally like, what
I
happened?
mean,
But like, yeah.
and even though season 1 is not perfect,
Oh,
2 years
by
away from
far,
season
yeah,
1 gave a lot of thought and made it settle. But this is
yeah,
such a downgrade. There's no emotional impact or weight at all, in my opinion. Even with Magneto dying, there is no emotional weight in this season at all.
yeah. Compared to season 1, episode 5 is gonna live in infamy. Not
It's
I
like
don't think
episode
infamy
5.
is a right word, but it was godlike. Like, yeah,
Yeah, episode 5 the episode 5 road crashing out, then Magneto turning off all the lights on everyone,
yeah,
and
yeah,
like at least we had some beats. Like, we're all still confused why Madeline would choose the moniker Goblin Queen. Makes no sense. But okay, girl, do
yeah,
you. Storm not get but at least Storm and Jean were doing the damn thing a bit in season 1. We got a
yeah,
whole lot of not that in this. Again, mutants being okay with sentinels being used against other mutants. Wild stuff happening here. Wild stuff. Wild
yeah,
stuff. And the fact that Storm had to be gentle with the humans in the sentinel suits, because we got to be
hmm,
so careful with the bigots that are trying to arrest us for existing. Sure, okay, guys,
yeah.
whatever. Um, yeah. Look,
What would you give a grade?
the episode a 4.
Okay, and the
And
overall
the
season.
4 points. Wait, the 4 points only go to Mystique because I love her, and Rogue because I love her.
Okay.
Everything else is garbage. You wasted Siren. What was the point? She didn't talk. What was the point? What
Mhm.
was the point? For what? For us to get hyped for the trailer and for her to do all of nothing? Stupid fucking show.
Yeah, because someone mentioned that
The
in our
over
comments last week. Oh, we still don't know what Siren's gonna do, and then we find out that it's a whole lot of
a
nothing.
whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
A whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh
A whole lot of
man.
nothing. But
Yeah.
that's also what this season feels like. A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I 100% agree with you. Clippable moments, and
Yeah.
that's what TV is now. That's what TV and movie is now. What can I get to trend and go viral on TikTok?
Yeah.
That's it. 2 years. 2 years we waited for this. 2 years we waited for this. For 9 episodes to equal nothing. For all the best characters to be nerfed and basura. Look,
Yeah.
my highlights this season, my Latina Lorna. I love you, sister. You're my girl. I love you so much. I love them highlighting her. I love her getting her shine. Truly, okay, baby, sweetie
Yeah.
pie, baby bear, come home to me. I love you so
My favorite
much.
episode of the season. Yeah,
Um,
with her.
yeah. Um, I thought, Bishop going, man, I had it rough, and everyone just going, all right, dude, chill out. We get it. Um, my highlights: Lorna, Mother Ascani. Gates, McFadden, Mother Ascani.
Mhm.
My Star Trek and my X-Men all day, every day. I love Rachel Summers so much.
Mhm.
I love Rachel Summers so much. The fact that I got her and she's voiced by Dr. Beverly Crusher. Truly so 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 happy.
Yeah.
Just holding on to that feeling. Carolina Ravassa, who does Sombra in Overwatch, who is my main in Overwatch, doing Lorna. So happy. So happy. Truly. Michael Dorn making an appearance. John DeLance
Mhm.
making him as Kang. Star Trek and my X-Men. Love it, love it, love it so much. Mystique there at the end. Um that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I like the cameos. Sure. The one thing I liked about Wolverine's episode, it's John Carpenter's The Thing. Love that movie so much. Rogue did a whole lot of nothing. Cable did a whole lot of nothing. Jean and Scott did a whole lot of nothing. Storm definitely did a whole lot of nothing. Um, Getting to see the acolytes was fun, but they got packed up. We spent time with Great and Creed. I don't know why. I think, you know, Kurt sacrificing himself was to be like my faith was tested because of my dumbass younger brother. Um, but now I'm here to show you guys with the power of Jesus, I believe
Mhm.
in everyone. And sure, okay. Um, yeah, Emma was fun for a moment.
Oh, that's right. Emma
I'm
was
still
there.
hoping Emma was there. Emma was there. Guys, that's
Yeah.
right. Emma Frost was there.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping to shake out that she's a double agent, double, triple, quadruple agent. Um, yeah, like seeing all the cameos. But that's also what I loved about season one. It's what I loved about my Adventures of Superman. I love that about comics that I could be like, I know what it is. I know
Yeah.
like it's so fun for me to be like, guess who? Um, Overall, I think I give the season a 5. I'm giving it a
Mhm.
5 because of Mystique, Ascani, and Lorna.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think what I would give the season, because I think overall, whew, oh, this season was tough. This was rough.
Bro,
To
like
see it like it was. I was trying to follow the apocalypse stuff as best as possible, and obviously I think episode 5 is where I was questioning the order of things. I thought we were back on track with episode 6, and then we had the episode right after that where I'm just like, what's going on? Like I said, why I understand like Kurt's position in episode 7, where he ended up at the end of this, season run. I'm just even more questioning. I'm like, my man's like, I came around and I like, my feelings shifted a little bit from episode 7. Like I was coming around to Kurt. I'm like, all right, I understand what you're doing. You're a man of faith, and this is what you want to do, but your faith was tested. And at the very, very end, you lost faith in Creed. You handed him over to the government, and the government's got like, all right, cool. We saw the outcome of that.
Let's make him president.
Yeah, so now
Yep,
he's
let's make him
he's
president.
president.
As we
Yeah,
stated in that episode, that's
right.
exactly what was going to happen.
Yep. And so I was just like, these are just the inactions of a lot of people, causing other people to have to pick up the slack and deal with other people's messes. And Kurt, you left a big mess with that one. Even giving this man a chance, but you're a man of faith, and so I said, I guess people want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and we saw how that went right now. Yeah, I'm at a 6. I don't think I could get any higher than that. I really liked episode 6, and so there's my 6 points. Because I really don't think I can. And this is the issue, and often I cite it once again, the issue with a change of hands in production and directing. This is often a massive issue because it's a shift of philosophies between the people who were writing beforehand and the people who are going to be writing for under the director or producer for the following seasons. I have yet to see a series across TV shows, across anime, that has not had a serious change in its overall production when you have a director change, producer change, writer change. It's very rare.
Nine.
It's very rare
where
it's
better.
Very
rare. Yep.
It's very rare where it is significantly better. Because everyone was like, because I've seen it a lot. People will be like, yeah, I really believed in their vision and whatnot, and I'm gonna just tear down everything that whatever they were working on and change it completely. So I'm just gonna see what happens for season 3, because it has to be for me, the dip from season 1 to 2 is kind of crazy. Even though
2 years,
yeah,
2 years, 2 years,
yeah,
2 years.
Yeah, even though the production, the animation was much cleaner overall this season than the first one. Like it took some time getting used to the animation style that they decided to choose for the first episodes, and I made that much apparent, when we was watching it the first run. But I got used to it, right? And they cleaned up a lot of like the action sequences, the art overall was cleaned up, was done, a lot of the choreography, and that's what I'm giving that 6-2, because the team animating, the team doing the sound design, those things were much better overall this season from what I was looking at, especially some of the editing choices and some of the transitions, even though the pacing in terms of the writing was a hot mess in a lot of different areas and whatnot. But that's also on, the direction and stuff like that. So yeah.
I just want to add to that
Yeah.
this is the problem that we have with television right now. When especially when we're adapting something that is so lore rich, we saw the same problem with House of Dragon and Game of Thrones, and I'm only bringing that up because House of Dragon also wrapped this week and we watched that.
Mhm.
And for non-book readers who only get a little bit of the side knowledge of what the contents of the book are, just the big disappointment in what happened with season 2 and 3 of House of Dragon, but also knowing the change of hands and the mix up in that series is similar to this. Now, I personally am not saying I want Boda Mayo back. I don't.
Mhm.
But if we're going to swap hands, you guys need to work on your Bibles, your Bibles for the show. You guys need to come together to actually figure out and plan out your shows, especially if it's going to take 2 years to do. We have to stop with these short seasons. 9 episodes isn't cutting it, especially when you're throwing about 50 different plots into a 20-minute episode. It's just not cutting it. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. We are losing, we are getting overwhelmed by the addition of characters, which would be fun and great if we had time to be with them, but we can't introduce new characters to forget about the characters that we already had at the start. We
Yeah.
can't just swap out people and then expect us at the end to go, oh, I feel the emotional impact of this sacrifice. None of it. We need more episodes, and we need a clearer team in the background. You guys need to get it together. And if
It's
any
gonna
corporate
have to fix
overreach is
season 3.
happening,
Yeah.
yeah, if any corporate overreach is happening at Marvel, Disney, you guys need to get your heads out of your asses, because truly the drop off from 1 to 2, and like I said, 1 isn't even a perfect season, even though I think we rated it very high on the initial first watch over. But like, this is so depressing. You had 2 years for razzle dazzle. It's empty razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
It's so silly. It's so silly. And look, I've waited so many years for X-Men to get back into the general cultural zeitgeist, especially with all the fuckery that was going on in the company for Fox, for Disney, for Marvel. I've waited. I paid my dues. I've paid my dues to watch the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy fucking and the Eternals, even though they said fuck that movie, get shine in ways that X-Men weren't being allowed for the last like 20 years. To have you come out with this, you don't piss me off. You are pissing me off. Like, I feel like I said with House of Dragon, this is now a show that was crafted specifically to piss me off.
Yeah.
How you have pick one story, pick one run of comics to focus on.
Yeah.
Choose your characters. Just work with that. Let people get the feats that we know that they can. Stop nerfing the women. Stop you. It's like, why does no one know how to write female characters anymore? Why does no one know how to write female characters anymore? And I'm even looking at the X-Men comic books currently. Why does no one know how to write female characters anymore?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have we just given up?
Yeah, it was, let's see. I think the let's see the new showrunners and the producer rewrote the scripts to fit a new ending of the 9 episodes in the season. Bo was credited as co-author only 5, None of them are exclusive authorship. The intervention was so severe that some episodes ended up having 4 different writers. That is the biggest, yeah. Like I'm like, you know, like I just wanted to double check to make sure that I had the information right. Yeah, because Bo was the main showrunner and writer for season 1. And he apparently was cooked when he had 8 episodes done, and then that's when they decided to rewrite. Yeah, you can see, like I said, you can see the rewrites and stuff like that. So a lot of people, like, if I just go to Twitter right now, a lot of people are like, what the fuck is this episode in season 2? And people are like, yeah,
And it ends like a
yeah,
mid-season finale. It ends like a
yeah,
mid-season finale. Now we have to wait 2 years. We have to wait 2 years for season 3.
yeah. People said we had the best X-Men series, but Marvel did it again. They don't understand that they must they don't understand that when they have something they can just drive it off a cliff. I'm like, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, folks.
Fucking
Look, I do want to, like, you know, eventually hear from the people who actually enjoyed the season and rated very highly. I want to know in the comment section eventually when this goes up, what did you guys like the most about the season? And if you guys, there might be some people that like this more than season 1, so I would want to hear those opinions of why, you know.
that truly is like people liking Ulf in House of Dragon. I don't know if I could take your opinion seriously. I don't think I can. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. There's no way. Even story-wise, there's just no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. There can't be people like that out there. You have to be Marvel Glazer dick suckers. There's just no fucking way that there are people out there who think that this season is better. Don't piss me off. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so passionate about this. I'm so sorry, everybody. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That crash out is getting clipped.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Woo, yeah. Yeah. On that note, folks, X-Men 97, we lay to rest. Season 3 comes out next year. You guys got, you know, some months to really sit in that writer's room and think about what it is you want to do, or else we're about to see X-Men 97 canceled. Just like all the other shows that Marvel put some stock into, and it's going to be fucking sad because not this, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It's just gonna be fucking sad. Yeah. Folks, for those of you on live with us on YouTube, we're going to be catching you for ReZero.